In these realms, there's a lot of protection and fail-safes because it is based off degrees, and these degrees are based off a earned merit system. So you're not allowed to pass into certain realms without you having the badge, so to speak, of experience, of knowing the right commands to have access to those. Think of it like a combination lock. You have to know the right numbers to dial in order for you to be allowed to pass through into these realms, because they will recognize you, they will see you, because they don't look on the outside, they actually look from the inside, and then they look out. It's the opposite, if you will, in nature. So when you take a photograph, there is a negative image in which you used to receive when you went to pick up your film. You'd get, the actual image, and then you get the negative of it as well, in case you wanted to reproduce it. It works in the same form and fashion within this type of magic system as well. Some will call it possession. So this is the armor in which we're going to need to add on to our art moving forward in this realm. Because, there's, like I said, there's lots of fail-safes, there's lots of things in place to protect you from screwing things up, okay? Because it works as a combination, okay? So it's synergistic within its fabric, because it requires a community, a consensus, a gathering of all. This is how you actually can focus in this type of magic, is by separating each individual part, because that is actually, unfortunately, where their weakness lies, right? They are strong together, they are weak individually. So you offer something that they want, and then they give you something that you want. So this is why you hear me discuss previously about know exactly what you are looking for, because this is their design, this is their motivation and inspiration. Just like how we get motivated and inspired in the things that we do. This is what motivates and inspires them. It is their food. Okay? Spirit doesn't require consumption. It requires attention. Soul requires consumption, not necessarily attention. When you eat food, your body will just naturally do everything it needs to do. You don't even need to think about it, okay? It's just, the body just does it. Knows exactly what to do, knows how to breathe. Because just like the tides, how they move in and out, so does your breath, does it not? Aren't you just not a fractal of that which you use to make yourself, the elements themselves of fire, earth, air, and water? These are her faces. Okay? It's how we make this. How we make this world. And it's infinite in all its possibilities. This is the gift. This is the present. This is the now. I want to get into possession. I want to discuss with you what that means to me. And hopefully will help you on what it is that you are looking for and what you are trying to discover through the treasures and rewards that you find on your journey. Okay? Because that's what this is. This is a journey back to source. A journey back to where you came from. And then when you get there, you're like, oh, wait. It's not about the destination, is it? It was about the journey. And then you smile at the moments in which you acted and performed. And you worried at the times you sat and did nothing when you were in perfect health. But then possession in this model is important because it's about imitation. It's about witnessing the things that you care about, that are meaningful to you, and recreating those in your life, reassembling them for yourself. You do that by establishing and implementing your dominion. The place in where you are right now, this is home. This is you. This is how you want to be. Okay, your being. What are you doing with it? What are you doing with your moment? Are you enjoying it? I hope so. Is it purposeful? I hope so. So, you can put your finger in things and move it around and kick it, perturb it, disturb it, see what happens, right? Play with it, because in reality, this whole thing is permanent. It is us that is transient. Hence, why nobody gets out of this alive. It's made that way. You don't want immortality. It's way more fun to have a vacation, right? To try to leave this place better than you found it. That's part of the game in which you're playing in right now, in the experiment. These discussions have purpose behind them, okay? And in return, I receive benefit and reward through deeds and merits, through honesty and integrity. These are the things that are valuable to me. So I ask for those things in return, because that is the purpose in which I present them. So then the universe, if you will, says, fine, if you want those things, then you got to do it this way. So I'm here doing it this way. And this is what possession is. This is what your armor is. Your unique nature, how you built it. You are the blacksmith. You are making this. What do you look like? What do you sound like? What do you feel like? Okay? What's important to you? What do you give attention to? This type of magic is going to give you that assistance. It's going to give you that, hopefully, that recognition to focus power, because that's the thing about power. Power is all-encompassing, so there's nothing you can really grab and touch and hold on to. Okay, there's nothing like it's very magnetic. Like it's always pressure upon you, but you can't just reach out and touch it like you can with the other magic in which we were discussing previously. So direction is how you move this one. This is why you've witnessed Tai Chi and meditation. Because since we have to exist within her, you breathe her. What is that? You can't see it, but there it is. Some will call it prana. There's lots of words for that too. Breath. It's the habitation itself. Again, the organic light. This is what you are harnessing in this style of magic that we'll be discussing. But it requires the possession of you having possession over yourself and not allowing outside influences, because that's what we're doing with magnetism. We're bringing in the outside in, right? We're collecting, gathering, not pushing out and pushing, we're pulling in this magic. So we're required to be in the aggregate around us in this one. So that's why we want to make sure we have possession of ourselves, sovereignty, supremacy, dominion, jurisdiction. And through that, we will have supervision of our actions. This is what we receive through this type of magic. These are the benefits and rewards. If that's what you want, is to have sovereignty over yourself, self-determination, then this magic may be useful for you. But I needed to let you know that we need to build armor around us, because the one thing that weakens this type of magic is the word possession. Those who don't understand what possession is. And possession is transient. It is borrowed through a gift and a present process of the now from the earth to you. And when you are done with it, you may have a piece of paper that says you own it, but guess who gets it in the end? The real, supreme ruler of it all, which is the earth, takes everything back. Everything goes back into the earth. What goes up must come down. So, emulation is also another reward, because you receive internal light that now can be witnessed by others, because of the degrees in which you have opened yourself up and flowered into. You have added new things to you, and when people see you, they can see, not with their eyes, but with their heart, your intention. And that's what I'm hoping you receive in this, is that what real intention is, and how you can use your intention to manifest the world around you that is in harmony with the way you want to see it. Whether you're a warrior, right, or a monk, or a lawyer, or the president of a new blockchain company. Whatever it is that you do, your intention is in full swing, and you're aware of what you do. And you may do good and you may do bad. People will judge you on that. That is their right to do, and is your right to respond any way that you see fit. Because that is also the other aspect of this magic, which I'm going to want to share with you at some point, is that you may know all the different timelines. Because of your awareness, you may be aware of all the different things that you can do to change that particular moment in a snap. And when that is done, you can choose which one you want. But I don't want to teach you how to manipulate people by picking the timeline in which you know will cause a certain reaction out of people. That is not why I'm doing here. This is why I need to share what possession is. Okay? The requirement here for learning this is that you should do it with correct action, with goodness in mind. One, again, to leave this place better than you found it. So that way when we come back or when we visit, we can enjoy, something more of a renaissance.